So Simon Lofts will be up against Dean Oakley. Russell Hearn, Rory Priddle and Corey Lockwood in the middle for North Geelong. Dan O'Connor, Shane Stone and Tim Gardner in the middle for the Tigers. So there's going to be some great duels here this afternoon.
Jason Ratchie gone to full forward.
Yeah, Mark Harris has picked him up.
With a lot of space.
Start of the first term, North Geelong and Thomson, round 7, match day live this afternoon on 94.7 The Pulse. North Geelong with the aid of the breeze in the first term, Lofts and Oakley. Oakley goes up early, Lofts gets it down, Priddle tries to get a kick off the ground. Handball came from Lockwood, out towards Fryers, back towards Hearn. Had it, lost it, got it back, fresh air shot by Priddle, still in the middle of the ground. Fighting hard for it both sides, coming through the middle, no free kick paid to Burke. Still in a Scown, held on to, said the umpire. And Scown will take the first free kick of the afternoon. Still in the middle of the ground goes Long. Ratchie on a long lead and can't take the mark. Pushed away. Harris is there. Might come back to him. Falls in the arms of Smith. He started well last week as well. Has he started well again? No. It's pushed through for, or it's through for one behind. So the first score on the board goes to Paul Smith. We're inside the first minute of play. And North Geelong lead by that one behind.
So Christian Thorley doing the kicking in for Thomson. Obviously they'll have practiced this quite a bit, but going into the breeze might make things a little different. Thorley looking for options, finds one there, goes short, and well, he's found Troy Maharis at centre half back. So Troy on the left foot drives long toward the centre of the ground. Good kick into the breeze. Man in front's got to be paid, and that's for North Geelong, Daniel Gibbs.
I thought Dean Oakley had a fair grab on it, but he was behind.
Yes, you can't afford to come from behind. Well, he leaps high, young Dean, but he needs to understand he's got to be in front. So Daniel Gibbs now in the centre of the ground, within the square, kicks long, and it's gone a long way. It's going to land just outside the...
Ratchie.
Well, beautiful reading of the football there from Jason Ratchie. Just read it off the top of the pack, ran into the goal square, and there's the first goal of the game. Off the boot of Jason Ratchie for North Geelong, they go to 1-1-7 on the Victory Trophy scoreboard. Thomson yet to score, and it only took them 2 minutes.
Yeah, well, already there's a pattern of play there to me. They're going to try and
Keep the ball long.
They're going to kick this ball long. They're going to try and keep it in the corridor and work very hard at ground level and get as many on the board as they possibly can. And if that's an indication, as I said, you said before, Eric, you called it. Jason's got a heaps of room there. What he's got, he's just about got the whole 50-metre zone to himself.
Interesting, Timmy Gardner starting loose in the back line. That's a fairly defensive move.
Yes, that's a negative move, but it is a fairly strong breeze, though. I suppose that you've got to take that risk.
Back in the middle, Lofts goes up early, gets it down. Only as far though as a Stone, gets it towards half forward. But they push back and take the mark. North Geelong, it's O'Toole at half back. Switches to the outer side, centre wing position. Weiss goes underneath the ball. Does he hold it? No, the umpire says play on. Gets it away by hand, quickly towards Hearn. Heard the call from Gibbs, gives it to him and goes along towards Ratchie. One out, Harris in front. Use the body well. Over the back though, Ratchie. Kick off the ground. How's his soccer skills? Pretty good. Manchester United be happy. And he's put his second on the board. And the second for North Geelong. Quick start by the Magpies, 2-1-13. They lead Thomson yet to score. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard. 3 minutes played.
Lovely use of the hands in the middle of the ground, Laurie. North Geelong, they know where one another's going.
Very good, Eric. This is a bit like they were last week. Very, very positive. That was the difference between the two sides last week. The Belmont Lions made all the mistakes, fumbles from good players as well. You know, they put the pressure on, and that's very, very good football. And Daniel Gibbs kicked the ball long. Kick it down there as quick as you can.
And Harris at fullback did nothing wrong, but he's had 2 goals kicked against him. So the ball back in the middle, and the umpire about to put it in the air once again. Up it goes, up go the ruckman. Lofts clearly gets a tap down. Lockwood can't control it. Under dispute, kick off the ground in the middle, clears the centre circle. Another kick off the ground, goes forward for North Geelong. Scown with another punch, and they've got the ball inside 50 North. And oh, there's a whistle on play, and North were away. Smith was away, but the free kick has gone for Thomson to Chris Baxter. So Baxter goes wide in defence and into the pocket, come back into the corridor. David Burke, he's only just outside the 10-metre square. Now he's found O'Connor, drops the mark. The umpire now calls play on. Handball, it comes clear, and Thomson, well, they're doing it hard. They've gone wide looking for Andy Aitchison. I don't know about the shoulder, but the legs are not moving too well at the moment either. But Andy Aitchison, a wonderful centre half back in this league, and just great to see him out on the ground. Shoulder strapped, but he looks okay. So between wing and half forward. The ball comes in, Lofts clearly in front, gets a tap down, has to do the roving as well, tips it forward for Hearn. Hearn's tackle, great work for Thomson. They get it through Stone, turns, kicks towards half forward, but in the way there's Rory Priddle. So Priddle of North Geelong, just backward of the centre line for North, has the football. Let's say there's only 2 players forward of the centre for Thomson at the moment. As the ball's kicked long, looking for half forward. At the back, mark dropped there by Burke. He follows up. Aitchison comes through to give support. Handball comes to Troy Maharis. I think he was quite comfortable in running over the boundary line. And at 5 minutes into the first quarter, North Geelong 2-1-13 lead Thomson, no score.
Boundary throw in. Jamie Weiss will do the ruck work for North Geelong. You'll be up against Aitchison. Oakley following Lofts around. And they used JJ at the centre bounce at the last contest. Now falls towards Daniel Gibbs. Handball. Missed its target, which was Paul Smith in front of him. And it's over the boundary line. Another throw in.
I think that's the first target they've missed, actually.
Been pretty slick with their handball to start with, North Geelong. So the 2 ruckmen will do it again. Weiss and Aitchison. Boundary throw in. Aitchison to the front, gets it down to the side of the pack. Ferguson, Smith's there as well. Kick across centre half forward, in front, and Marnie's taken it. Stuart Marnie, well, you got to be in the forward line, and he was in front. We'll be kicking from just on 50, but with the breeze, it's probably more like 40. As he comes in now with the left boot, comes in, no trouble for distance. Accuracy though is astray and through for one behind to the North Geelong side. They go to 2-2-14. They lead Thomson yet to score. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard. And when Eric picks the clock up, we'll know how long we've been playing at 6.5 minutes. So Thorley again from fullback. Goes short. Oh, danger, but it's okay in the end. Falls to Burke. He takes the mark. So David Burke still well inside defensive 50 and pretty congested. They just short kick back towards Harris. Haven't gained much there. Oh, he called to play on. He was going to chip short to Troy Maharis. Then he chips it straight to Jason Ratchie, who's his opponent. And he'll shoot for goal from 45 metres out directly in front.
And with a howling gale behind him. Goodness gracious.
Well, they have no trouble whatsoever with the distance. So...
But you can see under pressure, I can see Thomson, you know, that they are struggling, Laurie. And,
this is very much like what happened last week, Eric, and you were there, you would have agreed with me. And they put pressure on and made the opposition make mistakes. That's let them off. That should have been a goal.
He's missed to the far side, one behind. So 2 goals, 1 to him. 2-3-15 to North Geelong. Thomson yet to score. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard, 7.5 minutes played.
As Thorley has the ball in the goal square once again for Thomson. Will do the kicking in. North Geelong running a zone defence, and most sides this year have had trouble beating those zones in all levels of footy. However, it's gone wide to half-back flank. Offhand, it's gone toward the boundary ahead of Dan O'Connor there, and out of bounds at approximately the 50-metre arc, where the 50-metre arc intersects with the boundary. It's now back into play. In front is Aitchison, pushes the ball forward, comes out by hand for Thomson. They kick it clear of the danger area to centre wing, but in the way there's Rory Priddle once again. Takes the chest mark, plays on quickly, driving towards half forward. Oh, good talk there between the North Geelong players, and a good call out has left David Gibbs with the mark. He'll be kicking from 50, and he's kicked it pretty well, and well, it was touched right on the line by, was that Harris again? I think it might have been, but it's a behind only to North Geelong. So they go to 2-4-16. They lead Thomson yet to score. That's on the Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard, 8.5 minutes gone.
So David Burke will do the kicking in now for Thomson. Likes to go to the outer side, puts it up high. Aitchison in front, Weiss on the back is Oakley, falls to the front of the pack, Hearn's there. He tries to get the handball away. Stone runs through the middle, does well, picks it up on defensive 50, then runs back into trouble, loses the football back to Aitchison. Then off a couple of steps, Baxter goes towards centre wing, or getting back there, Thorley. Priddle chopped it off. It's off hands and out of bounds. In between wing and half forward on the outer side, with North Geelong just into attack. And getting across there, Lofts to do the ruck work for North Geelong. Oakley against him. So the boundary umpire will throw it in. Lofts stands his ground, gets it to the back of the pack, roved. Thomson got the numbers, was at a high tackle, it's pay on advantage. Goes to Gardner, gives it away to Armstrong, goes wide, looking for Bradley, gets a good Shepherd too at half 40, he handballs it over the top to himself, will it sit for him? He runs onto it around Fisher, now he gets around a couple, settles, goes with the right foot, and has pushed it across the face of goal, and it's out of bounds for a boundary throw in the left forward pocket. First time Thomson have been past their half forward line, and we'll have a boundary throw in the left forward pocket.
So the ball deep in the forward line for Thomson. Just waiting on the boundary umpire to catch up. The ball moved pretty quickly against the bruise there, and boundary umpire caught out just a little. But now with the football, boundary umpire to put the ball in 10 metres from the behind post, deep in the forward line for Thomson. Nice tap down, can't clear the pack. Players, well, there was...
free kick.
I thought it was a bit of an Academy Award by the Thomson player on the ground there, but now there's just a little bit of pleasantries being exchanged. And young one of the Gibbs, I thought certainly wasn't too impressed with his opponent. In the meantime, is it Stevie Daniels has the free kick? He's going back.
Just go back and kick it and get on with the game.
Yes, there's quite a bit of activity there. I think Dave Gibbs, I'm not too sure what he had for lunch, but...
Stein.
Yeah, so Jason Stein has the football. He's got the free kick. He's 20 metres out, 45-degree angle, and the game's now back almost underway as Stein moves in. On the right foot. It's not a bad looking kick. We're right behind that one, and there's the first goal for Thomson. That might be a very handy goal into the Breeze before the end of the day. They go to 1 goal, 6 points. They trail North Geelong 2-4-16. That's on the Victory Trophy scoreboard. 11 minutes now into the first quarter.
Yes, I agree with you, Eric. That could be a very, very handy goal, and everyone they get into the Breeze, of course, is going to count today, and they'd be pleased with that. I'm not sure what the free kick was for. I couldn't quite...
I thought he was perhaps pulled away without the footy in the middle of the pack there. I saw Stein go to the ground, and I don't know whether the umpire waited a second to see if there was any advantage, but then he blew his whistle, so I guess it was there. But quite a few players weren't happy with the treatment of one another.
Well, they've got to get warmed up somehow.
I guess that's right.
So back to the middle. Lofts. Oakley gets it down. O'Connor falls through his hands, through the middle. Daniels can't take it with him. Rory Priddle can. Goes to the right boot long. Towards Weiss running back. Ratchie coming out. It's going to meet in the middle. Now Weiss follows it up. Ratchie's there as well. Coming across Harris off the ground by Atchison. And great play to try and keep it in there with Scounder to get held onto. No play on the call. And now it's off hands.
Well, I would have thought that was identical to what happened the other end with Scound there, and that one wasn't given. So
that was definitely a free kick there.
Yeah.
So a boundary throw in. 30 metres around from the North Geelong goal. Weiss tries to tap it down, but goes to the front. Thorley with a wobbly punt kick. Only as far as Corey Lockwood. Off 50. Goes long. Over the head of Baxter, is it? No, he stands there and takes the mark in the last line of defence for the Tigers. So
perhaps that's the only mistake they're making, North Geelong, Laurie. They're kicking from 50 and outside, and they're falling 10 metres short.
Yeah,
well, Jason Ratchie, I'll tell you, he must have a Thomson jumper on as well, has he? Because Chris Baxter's kicked it straight to him as well. And he'll shoot for goal from 45 metres out, 45-degree angle. And
well,
he's had two easy ones.
Well, that 10-metre range might make all the difference. He needs to kick this, though.
Comes in off a couple of steps. And once again has missed it to the near side. So wasting some opportunities here, North Geelong. 2 goals, 2 Jason Ratchie's personal tally. And they go to 2-4-16, the Magpies. They lead Thomson 1 straight goal, 6 points. That's on the Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard. We've been playing 13.5 minutes.
So with David Burke in possession of the footy now in the goal square, ready to bring it back into play. He's undecided. Finally he hasn't gone that long. He's gone extremely high. Whoever's in front there would have a chance, but it's come to ground. Thomson do well. By hand, it's ended up in the arms of Timmy Gardner. He goes long to half forward. Up high, going for the mark there was Nick Maharis. He can't take that. Comes to ground. Coming through there is Friars for North Geelong. He overruns the footy, and between all the players, they've forced it toward the boundary and over. So between wing and half forward on the outer side, Thomson kicking toward the northern end against the Breeze. Ball now back into play. Lofts, clear tap down from behind. Stone of Thomson tries to get it up. He's tackled, gets it to O'Connor. O'Connor finds Aitchison coming off the half back line with good run. He's kicked it. Well, there's a kick that's been played down the ground, and I'm not too sure Well, Thomson Stein was played on. I think advantage was played. Was it
I think it was
Aitchison
down the field.
Aitchison put down after he
Yep.
kicked it.
Yep.
Ended in the arms of Stein. The umpires didn't pay an advantage as such, but Thorley has the free kick now between half forward and centre wing. Goes right across the ground looking for and finding his coach in Stone. Stone, a lovely looking pass. And, well, the umpire's paid a free kick against Daniel Gibbs, and I'd suggest Daniel Gibbs just needs to tone himself down. It's gone to the danger man up forward. Is it Troy Maharis?
Yep.
Certainly looks like his build. He's going to be kicking from 40 metres out. Not much angle to speak of. And he moves in on that favoured left foot. Nice looking kick, but hasn't quite made the distance. And well, there's another whistle on play, and this time it's a defensive free kick. The umpires found one for North Geelong, and in the very last line of defence. It's, well, the umpire's blowing whistles. I'm not too sure what's happening, but I think the players have stopped, and finally Scown's taken the mark on half-back flank for North. Kicks it towards centre wing, and the mark taken there by David Gibbs. He plays on quickly now, runs toward the middle of the ground. The lead was from Russell Hearn, and very good delivery. Finds Hearn, inside 50, plays on quickly, going towards full forward. Over the head there of Ratsey, coming through strongly was Cockrell, but he's created a goal there for his teammate in Zitko.
Corey Lockwood.
Corey Lockwood, was it?
Yep.
Sorry. And good work there by Lockwood, and that's a goal to North Geelong. They move to 3-5-23. Lead Thomson 1 goal, and the Victory Trophy scoreboard 16 minutes first quarter.
Yeah, well, that was brought in a little bit better, Eric. As you said to me before, they were trying to bomb the ball in. I mean, that doesn't work on a windy day. You still got to run those lines and try. And Russell Hearn just ran that 10 metres and punched the ball over, and hit the deck down there, and they look very dangerous if it gets on the ground around the goals, don't they?
They certainly do. And as we were saying before the game, so small fellas hovering around the feet of Ratsey.
Exactly.
So back to the middle. And Dean Oakley just asking the umpire how high he's going to throw the ball. I think they've had a few variables in there. He throws it pretty high for Lofts, who stands there, and Oakley gets it over the top to O'Connor. Oakley through the middle as well. Jamie Marnie's there as well, can't take it away. Pack develops around him, and the umpire says it'll be his again, just as Rory Priddle was about to let fly with the right boot. So it's still in the middle of the ground. Lofts to come from the attacking side.
I think there's quite a few of the players are not too impressed with the umpiring at the moment. There's quite a bit being said, or one umpire in particular.
Oakley from behind Lofts towards Gardner. Leaves it for Oakley again. Kick was smothered. Trying to kick off the ground out Daniels. Handball to O'Connor. He handballs to Armstrong from 50. Goes long. One out towards the goal square. Great use of the body by Troy Maharis. And
he was never going to miss that mark,
was he? He wasn't. He used the body beautifully. And he also told his opposite number and David Gibbs all about it too. Is that Daniel Gibbs? It is. Daniel Gibbs. So he told him all about it when he took the mark.
I think these two are exchanging pleasantries so far most of the afternoon.
So Troy Maharis from 15 metres out kicks the goal. His first. And the second for Thomson. They go to 2 straight goals, 12 points. And they trail North Geelong, who are 3-5-23. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard. We've been playing 18 and a half minutes in the first term.
Well, 18-minute mark, Eric. Thomson wouldn't be too disappointed with this, because there was a very strong breeze out there. And when they went forward there, we spoke about that earlier. It was the little blokes working hard on the ground level, and we're going to see a good game of footy around the ground level today. And that was no exception there. And he's got a bit of class, Troy Maharis, hasn't he? You could just see it going there, and there was just going to be that's bread and butter stuff for him.
And the way Thomson took it into the breeze fairly low, that looked good for them, as the umpire has the ball back in the middle. Lofts and Oakley. Oakley clearly gets a tap. He's jumping too high for Lofts there, but the ball comes to ground. It's picked up by Marnie of North Geelong. Kicks it high towards centre half forward. It's Aitchison, reads it pretty well, punches clear, but it's only come as far as the North Geelong small men there, and it's gone.
Jamie Weiss
kicked it. Great goal for North Geelong, and they really needed that, because they were, as Laurie's just indicated, starting to struggle with the breeze. But that's their fourth. 4-5-29. They lead Thomson 2 goals, 12. Victory Trophy scoreboard 19 minutes into the first quarter.
Well, I'm not sure who it was in the middle there, but there was a smart little handball in there. I'm not sure who got it off. I couldn't quite pick it up. It's fairly crowded, but it was a bit like, here it is, place it on your chest, and it came back. I don't know who that was there. It was pretty smart.
46, whose
Ferguson.
name I haven't got.
Andrew Ferguson, yep.
Okay.
With the helmet on centre wing, showed his speed last week against the Belmont Lions and showed a good turn of speed there to get the handball away to Jamie Weiss, who kicked his first goal. Back in the middle now, Oakley. Lofts goes up early. Oakley's there again, does his own roving work, then gets ripped off the football. David Gibbs tried to get a handball away to Stuart Marnie. He got a kick quickly towards Scown. Now at the back end of the centre square, Stone goes out wide. Stewie Marnie might lead in the race. Bradley comes at it as well. Needs some support. Riley's there with him. Hearn bearing down as well. They break into the tackle. Hearn there. Pack develops around them at half forward. And the umpire will come in and ball it up.
I think those 6 players were all having a go.
Oh, I think they were. And I guess when you get top sides, Laurie, all the finer skills in footy show out. The tackling's been ferocious.
Oh, it's been great.
So ball up. Loft stands his ground. In the end, Tim Gardner goes up for the ruck contest. Great handball from Priddle. Goes to David Gibbs towards centre half forward. Baxter stood his ground. Punched away. Good defensive play by Smith. Thorley leads Cockrell in the race. Can he pick it up? Yes, he can. Then Cockrell tackles him. Coming through. He gets it again. Handball over the top to Smith. Sets him up a little bit. Great roving Rory Priddle on the side of the pack. And a great kick as well. And he has put it through for his first goal. And the 5th for North Geelong. And they go to 5-5-35. They lead Thomson 2 straight goals, 12 points, 21 minutes played. First term Victory Trophy scoreboard.
Fair test of the hammy there.
Yeah, certainly. And, I hope Nash had that on television because that was a lovely bit of roving there, opportunist, and it was very, very smart. He's a smart player.
But North Geelong's use of the footy in close, obviously not only in the middle of the ground, but around the ground, it's standing them good stead at the moment. As the umpire Farnsworth back in the middle. As the ruckman prepare once again. The ball goes up. This time it's Lofts to stand his ground, gets the tap down, but to the advantage of Thomson. The quick kick goes to half forward. Troy Maharis. He's in front, in fringe front. No, players coming in pretty hard there. And finally it comes clear to Mitchell of Thomson. Kicks it across the ground. Players, well, there's the infringement there. The whistle's gone. The free kick's gone to Sabali Armstrong of Thomson. And he's just outside 50. I know he can kick the footy, but it'll be a very good kick on a day like today. And he's gone for the lead. It goes astray. Gibbs, David, just a toe poke, gets the ball cleared, bounces up nicely for him, picks it up as he's running forward. The lead's on centre wing, and it's a great mark there by Russell Hearn. As he runs in to kick the ball, he's directing operations with the other hand, kicks it long, goes to half forward, and the umpire, North Geelong, took the mark. Smith was away, but the free kick, an infringement in going for the mark, has gone to Aitchison, and he's got the free kick now. Called to play on, goes wide to the defensive wing, and out there he's got Daniels, who takes the mark safely for Thomson, just backward of the centre line. Now he's just taking too long. They get manned up, but he's gone kick long, across the centre line. The only man in position, well, Lofts was infringed, but no free kick. The ball's come to his opponent in Oakley. Nice handball clear to Nick Maharis. Another handball comes clear for Thomson. Kick goes to Mitchell. He can, he can't pick it up. He's closely attended out there by young Ferguson, and the ball is forced over the boundary line. Good defence there by Ferguson. Thomson, if Mitchell had been clear, was heading toward the goal, but it's out of bounds, 35 metres from the behind post, and it's deep in the forward line for Thomson. 23.5 minutes gone, first quarter, as the ball comes back in. Lofts and Oakley, they both hit the same way. It comes down for North, kicking toward the centre. Scown, great roving, handball over to Cockrell, kicks around the body to centre half forward. Smith tried to read it, he's held without the footy, no free kick, said the umpire. Cockrell following up, tries to kick off the ground twice, finally picked up by Stone. Handball to Thorley. How many times have I called that out at Lara? And here it is for Thomson. The ball ends up at half forward. Lofts backing up, picks the ball up on the left foot, goes wide, but Mitchell's in the way there for Thomson, and on the 50-metre line, John Mitchell for Thomson has the footy. Looking for options up forward. It's pretty congested. So North Geelong haven't really flooded back, but there's a lot of players in their forward 50. There's Mitchell looking for options. now decides to go across the ground. The lead has come, and it's an excellent lead from Nick Maharis on this occasion. He's taken the mark, plays on quickly, and the lead has come further afield, and that looks pretty much like, is that
Aaron Bradley.
Bradley? So fairly quiet so far today, Aaron Bradley. I've seen him play some very good games up forward for Thomson, but he's got the ball now 30 metres out. Reasonably acute angle. It's worse than 45 degrees, but and with this breeze, he'll be kicking across the wind, so it'll make it an interesting kick. Well, he's allowed just too much. It came back after it went past the goal area, so it was a good try from Aaron Bradley, but it's the first behind for Thomson. 2-1-13. They trail North Geelong 5-5-35. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard, 25 minutes gone.
Elzinger from fullback for the Magpies. Do the kicking in. Looks to go straight down the middle. Gives it everything he's got, and it's a good kick too towards Lofts. Coming over the back, Thorley. Great punch down. David Gibbs rides the bump. Handball back towards brother Daniel off a step towards the middle of the ground. Burke over the back. Falls towards Weiss, coming through Scown, doesn't sit for him. Lockwood attacks the footy on centre wing, picks it up, gets around a couple. Handball, sold the dummy to Paul Smith and to Jason Stein, and then kicks it on the chest of Jamie Weiss at half forward. So Jamie Weiss on 50.
As notice Ferguson's come off and been replaced by Zitko. There's a bit of height in that.
So Jamie Weiss, who's kicked one goal, to shoot from 50 out, 45-degree angle. And exactly where he ran, Laurie.
Exactly right, Jason.
He kicked it there. So 1 goal, 1 to him.
We've educated Jason with this kicking, haven't we?
I could be a coach one day, Loz. I could join you. 5-6-36 North Geelong. And Thomson 2-1-13. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard, 26.5 minutes played.
As with the footy is Burke.
Oh,
He's kicked it in fairly short, and players slipped over. There's quite a bit of grass out there, fairly lush the ground today, and players with the wrong footwear, they're slipping on the top of the grass, and went to ground, and the ball is off hands, has gone to the boundary line. So it's just inside 50 in the forward area for North Geelong. 27 minutes gone, another goal, Laurie. Be very handy now late in the quarter.
Yeah, it certainly would be, Eric.
The ball's back in. Players contesting, comes to ground. Stone, handball to Aitchison. He's tackled. High tackle there on, well, the advantage paid. So it's gone to Riley of Thomson. Kicked it to centre wing. Handball's come clear to Dan O'Connor. He goes wide to half forward, but great defence there by Brett Fisher for North Geelong, and he's been very quiet in the first quarter.
That's his first touch, I think.
First time I've seen him. But it's a very good touch because he's defended it over the boundary line and out of bounds between wing and half forward on the outer side for Thomson. Ball comes to ground from the throw in. Rory Priddle he was appealing for the free kick, but the umpire perhaps a little slow with the whistle. By the time he blew it, the ball had come clear, and the game was underway. But we've got now the ball up on centre wing, outer side. Ball goes up. Lofts beats Oakley on that occasion, but he hits it straight to the advantage of Thomson. There's a great pass there to Bradley, leading wide on the half forward flank. Now centres the ball, and well, was good use of the body on that occasion. That was the other side of the coin. Daniel Gibbs used the body well and got Maharis out of the way. Takes the free kick. Drives to half back. Mark taken by Lockwood. Play on quickly. Looking for on centre wing Russell Hearn. He's opposed by Timmy Gardner, and I tell you what a great contest between two great goers, those two, Gardner and Hearn, as that ball is out of bounds on centre wing.
so Lofts works his way down, Oakley as well. Boundary throw in. Gardner in front in the end, tries to bring it to the front. Lofts punches it on again, only as far as Stone and Gardner. They raffle it. Stone ducks his head and gives it away to Oakley, gives it away to Mitchell, puts him under a bit of pressure, but good enough to get the left foot kick over the top towards O'Connor. Doesn't sit for him. Lockwood on his hammer as well. David Gibbs in there also. And they see it over the boundary line at half forward for Thomson.
They look quite snazzy, North Geelong. A lot of the new jumpers, Jason.
Got the new jumpers on.
Yeah.
Looking very nice. And I know Mr. Philpott will be sitting in the car loving it because it's black and white. That's all he cares. Boundary throw in, falls short again. Gardner push, said the umpire. And North Geelong will have the free kick. It'll be Simon Lofts at half back.
Must have been a push off the ball because he didn't contest the knockout, did he?
Handballed it away to Priddle. Goes with the right boot towards Weiss. Smith over the back. Oh, nearly fell for him too. He reads the play very well, Paul Smith. But it's off hands and out of bounds for a throw in at half forward now for North Geelong. Been playing nearly 30 minutes in the first term. 5-6 playing 2-1. North Geelong with a 23-point lead. So throw in. Weiss and Atchison. Short throw in this time. To the side of the pack. Hearn. Thorley comes across, gets a great shepherd from Stone, gets it away to Gardner, has to break free at centre half back, does so, gets around Scown, gets the handball back from Riley, goes through the middle, chips it over the top towards Bradley, can't take the mark, second effort was good though, left foot kick towards Troy Maharis, off hands, great play by O'Toole to rove the pack, oh no, oh Stein just slips over at the crucial stage and gives O'Toole a bit of time to settle down and kick it at Lofts at centre half back, on the left boot out wide, good kick too for Cockrell, takes the mark in front of David Burke. Plays on quickly, gives it away to Stewie Marnie. On that left foot goes long towards Weiss, who's got the sit at the back and takes the mark. And could... I
think he was thinking of running on there, wasn't he?
He was thinking about it. But he has gone back on the siren. Lucky he did. To shoot for goal. He's hit 1 goal, 1 so far this afternoon. And...
see if you can direct him in, Jason.
All
straight.
Right. Jamie Weiss is kicking from 35 metres out, 45-degree angle. He needs to run straight at it. He didn't the last time and it went to the right-hand side. So if he's running straight, which we can't see from this angle, it looks okay, but I think he'd want to be running a bit quicker. He comes in off a couple of steps and he's done it again, I think. So one behind to Jamie Weiss to finish the term, and North Geelong finish at 5-7-37. And they lead Thomson 2-1-13. The goal kickers for the Magpies, 2 to Jason Rathje and singles to Paul Smith, Corey Lockwood and Jamie Weiss, while for Thomson their goals, Jason Stein and Troy Maharis. We'll take a break.